Hello everyone, it's Friday night. Here we go. It's Friday the, hang on, better put my glasses on so I can actually see the computer. The 5th of July. So it's a whole new month. I did go live on Wednesday. We did a little celebration on Wednesday. If you haven't watched that one, go back and watch the 10,000 celebration video that we did on Wednesday afternoon. That was the last one. And then I actually had the Thursday off where I didn't do a video. I'd done a video every day for the last, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Monday one is my team one, but for me, it's every day. And then today I'm back at it again. So I hope everyone is well. I see that we've got lots of family here tonight. I'm going to call you guys that because sometimes it feels, they say family are the friends you choose. Hang on, friends are the family you choose for yourself, right? So that's how it feels to me sometimes. I know we have such a beautiful community of wonderful people here every Friday night. Hello, Leslie. Hi, Katrina. Hello, Margaret. How's everything going? I saw you said you were at the physio. How'd that go? Hopefully well. And Sheila, you said you were at the hospital. Was it you that was at the hospital all day? Everyone's got stuff going on, right? We've all got these things happening, and it's sometimes life just feels a little bit crazy. All right, you guys, tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of crafting, and it's Friday night, so that means it's sketch night. So we're going to be doing one of the sketches, and this is going to be sketch number 9 tonight. I did actually attempt to print out the sketch earlier, and my printer is telling me it's not happy. It says it's connecting, but nothing's actually come out of the printer. So that makes me think, and I'll just pause it and restart it, because sometimes that works, right? Sometimes. We'll see. See if something happens. It says it's connecting. It might. Maybe it will work and maybe it won't. But anyway, it's going to be the number 9 print, the number 9 sketch. And we're looking at page 22 of our current catalogue. That's this one. If you have one, turn to page 22. On the bottom of page 22, you'll see there are 22 sketches. It's easy to remember because everything's got to do with the number 22. And we are up to sketch 9, which is 9 along on the top row. And you might see, I'm going to actually switch over to the desk so that, oh no, the printer does not respond. Well, duh, I know this. Oh well, doesn't matter. It has been working better though. Say, hey Moira, nice to see you. Hello, Joan. Oh no, that's no good. You don't want to have a wog. You know what? We always used to say, my mum always said wog, and I haven't heard that term for a long, long time. You know, if you got a wog, you were sick. Do you remember that? I haven't heard that for a long, long time. Oh, hello, Jennifer. You're on the sunny coast, you said. It's a bit chilly. Yes, it's chilly here too. I do have my heater down here. Hang on, down there. But I've decided, I thought I'll leave my scarf on because that helps me stay warm. And this is a new scarf, this one. It's got tassels. Look, can you see the tassels? I love tassels. Tassels, I don't know what it is about tassels. I love tassels. So this one has lots of tassels. So it's a bit cute. And I don't mind a little bit of leopard print. Leopard print makes me happy. All right. And it's all about, we should wear things that make us feel happy when we wear them, right? That's what we should do. All right, so I can see lots and lots of people. I'm so sorry I haven't mentioned everyone by name tonight. It gets to the point that I think if I start mentioning everyone's names, we'll be here all night, and that probably wouldn't be good for anybody. Oh, thank you, Monique. That's lovely. Thank you very much. So, yeah, like I said, new scarf, it always makes you feel. And actually, I went and bought myself some new face powder as well. So yes. There you go. I'll take that compliment. Thank you so much. You're wearing your scarf too, Jennifer. What kind of scarf have you got? Thank you, Suzanne. I'm glad you like it. What's on your scarf? Is it plain colours? Is it patterns? I like hearing what people are wearing in a nice way, of course. Hello, Cherie. How you going? Hi, Nari. All right. Let's switch over to the desk and we're going to have a look at page 22 in our catalogue. And here we go. You can see all the sketches are down here. Now, think I've mentioned this before. I did hear, I haven't seen the new mini catalogue. This will be our September holiday catalogue. I haven't seen it yet because it's not out for demonstrators to look at until the end of July or later in July. But they have told us that we can expect to see more sketches like this in the new mini. So I'm excited about that. I hope that rumor is true. So let's go. Oh, it's raining up there. Brr. 10 degrees in Queensland. Are you serious? I don't think it's even that cold here. I'm not sure. I can't look at I'm using my phone for a camera, so I can't look to see what the weather actually is at the moment. But yeah, that's not good. 10 degrees is bad. All right, so the one we're looking at tonight has all these little strips and a circle. Can you see it? Let's bring it up closer. So we're talking about this one. That one right there. Hang on, I can't get any closer because my, yeah, I'll just have to leave it where it is. Sorry. So we're talking about that one. And it's got lots of strips. Now, I looked at that and I thought, well, there's a fair bit of cutting there, or you could, go into your scrap box if you keep your strips, but I don't tend to keep them very often unless I have something really important that I want to do specifically. But the reason why is because you might imagine in my craft room, I have so many strips and scraps. It's ridiculous. So I've got to a point now that I only keep scraps that are that are above a quarter of a piece of cardstock big. If they're anything smaller than that, they get chucked. Pattern paper I will keep smaller than that, but yeah, I tend to keep not very small scraps of paper. Sometimes, but not usually. So I actually cut some up specifically for this because I wanted to play with some new paper. So we're going to play with the these pieces here that are in the what's it called? Why have I gone blank all of something? Season of Green and Gold, I believe, is the name of this. And so you can see I've just brought in some of these pieces, some stripes, some foil, some tartan, or some people say plaid. There's all sorts of little pieces here. And I decided which ones I was going to go. I've actually only cut up a few of them. And I made them because, oh, that wasn't meant to happen. Because, actually, I wanted to bring that back. Because I'm wanting to, on this sample here, they didn't actually put it on a, they just had like the base cardstock and then the pieces. So I could go either way, but I'm thinking I might just start with base cardstock. And the color I decided to go with is crumb cake because I think all these earthy greens and things look really good with crumb cake. So that's the color I'm going to go with. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold my piece of crumb cake in half. So this is half a sheet of A4. And then I have folded in half again to make my base. Now, the one that they've got here, the nice thing about a sketch is you're never limited to exactly the same as the sketch. You just have to use it for inspiration, right? You're putting your computer in the naughty corner. Well, that's not very good. All right. Oh, so the computer says it's 17 degrees and sunny. I don't think so. Didn't the sun go to bed like an hour or two ago? A couple of hours ago now? All right. So I really like this, but I decided I like it better side on. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a landscape version of this card. So I'm using it for inspiration, but I'm turning it 90 degrees and doing a landscape version. So don't ever feel like you have to do the card the way it is actually on the page. You can turn it sideways, you can turn it upside down, you can play around and decide what you want to do with that. So I'm going to start with this crumb cake piece and we're going to do it landscape. I'm going to put it right there because it hides the glare on my mat a little bit. And now I've cut a whole bunch of 1 centimeter wide square strips, and I haven't even decided yet which ones are going to go near each other. You might notice that the ones on this are, like my mother would like to say, hickledy-pickledy. Okay, so they're not all straight. You could do them all straight if you wanted to. I made mine 9 centimeters long and 1 centimeter wide. So that gives you an idea. How many are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strips on there. I think I'm probably going to have more than that because I only made them half a centimeter. And you can see some of them have got the gold foil pieces and some of them don't. Some of them are a little bit more. So there's another plaid one. And I've also thrown in some vellum pieces that I love these beautiful vellum pieces. Isn't this vellum just divine? It's gorgeous. So if you like vellum, and you know I do, there are 6 sheets of this in the pack. It's 12 by 12, but there are 2 like this, and then 2 different design. There's 3 different designs, 2 sheets of each of the 3 designs, and this is one of the designs. So I thought that that looked rather nice. So let's pop this on here. So you can kind of muck around with these and have as many or as little as you want. Gotta have that one, and I'm just arranging them sort of up and down all over the place, and they don't have to be in any particular order. I'm using them for inspiration, but I am not really. I'm wanting to have that one there, and then I think the plaid, I want to have the tartan one in between the 2 greens, although there's 2 greens there. It doesn't really matter, but I just thought if you want to separate them out, you can make it that that different patterns are not, you know, like you haven't got the same too many colors together. Actually, I think I might move that one out to there, and we'll have this one here. Okay. So the nice thing about a higgledy-piggledy pattern, as we like to call it, is that you don't have to try and line them up. So you can really be a little bit all over the place with them. And I'm going to use my Tombow, and this is going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay. We can talk while we're creating. Hey, oh, hello, Trish. You never have to apologize when you come here. I should make it a rule, but you know, I'm not big on rules. But we never apologize for being late, because there's no such thing. All right, so you just come when you come, and you don't worry about it. It's all good. All right, so I'm just going to move that over. Now, that's the other thing. If you wanted to, you don't even have to do these straight. You could have them like on a slight angle, and you know, lay some down different directions, because I think that's kind of fun. But totally up to you how you arrange these. There is no right or wrong. We like that. So I'm just going to put them next to each other. Now, in the picture, they are all next to each other. If you wanted to, you could spread them out a bit and have like a bit of a like real estate in between them. You don't actually have to. You don't have to have them butted up against each other if you don't want to. One of the nice things about this vellum is you can use Tombow or whatever you like behind it, because, and I've just realized I might put this one next. And the reason why is, actually, I just realized those 2 are the same. So I don't know why I thought one would be better than the other. Never mind. But yeah, you don't have to have them next to each other. You can actually have them spread around the place if that's what you would like. All right, so how are we going? I'll go here. Actually, this time I might have this little shiny gold design. Isn't this paper beautiful? It's just gorgeous. Your cat's on the bed with you. What kind of cat do you have, Suzanne? My ears prick up when people start talking about cats, because I really like cats. But I think most people know that about me, because I have 2 cats, and they are pretty awesome. I love them. I would never have thought. I mean, I always have liked cats. We had cats on the farm when I was growing up, and we had dogs, and you know, we had probably pretty much every kind of animal you can imagine. But you know, horses, sheep, pigs, everything. But and goats. Oh, my dad used to when we had like new kids, he would let them into the house, and you'd hear their little hoofs go clop 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 all over the wooden floor. It's hilarious. He would do that sometimes, like to cheer us up if someone had a bad day or something was going on. All right, how are we doing? We're getting these little strips together. Cherie is suggesting, Sheila, that you might want to reboot your computer. You could, I suppose. All right, I'm going to have this one here. We're nearly there. Actually, I'm wondering if I've made them all too close to each other, and if I if I need, because I've only got 2 more here. So I might do that one next. Yeah, I think we're pretty close. That's pretty. Now, also, it would make sense. You can start on each end, so you know that you're not going to be too far. But when your strips are this thin, they're only a centimetre wide, you can kind of get away with it, and you can kind of slot a couple close together if you want to. Isn't this paper beautiful? I think it's lovely. It's all greens and golds, and that's hence the name. The season of green and gold. All right. Okay, I'm liking that. That's looking good. All right, now in here, there's just a circle on that. But I don't know. I feel like maybe we could do a little better than just a circle. But I've already got a circle. Here's one I prepared earlier. I'm wondering if that circle is too big. Now, they've got their circle kind of on one end. We could put it in the middle. It doesn't really matter where it goes. I kind of like the idea of it being in the middle. And then I'm thinking maybe we should decorate it with a couple of our, we've got all these beautiful pieces. We've also got vellum that are in these shapes as well. So there's a whole bunch of different options. But anyway, let me get the circle, and I'm going to go with the Greetings of the Season stamp set, which is the one that matches the dies that I was just mentioning a moment ago. And I like my Season's Greetings because it goes with everything. It's probably one of my more favorite Christmas stamps. And let me grab a block. And I'm thinking we will go with Mossy Meadow because that's the darkest color in here. You would love more cats, so you only have one? Yeah, that's something my dad used to do. He's still a kind dad. He's pretty awesome. It's his birthday next week. He'll be 91. Hello, Lee. New to our page. Well, welcome. And you're not even very far away. I'm on the Central Coast, so you're not far away at all. So when we say it's cold, we know what we're talking about. All right, so this is looking good. I'm actually going to put a couple of dimensionals behind here to lift this up, and then we can add some of our other pieces if we want to, because they'll just slide right in underneath. Now, I've got a couple of ideas. Let me pop this on first. So, I mean, this is a simple sketch, right? Very simple. I kind of like Season's Greetings slightly on an angle, so it's kind of going up a tiny bit. So that is on purpose. All right, so cards coming together. It's looking good. We can do a number of things, but what I'm going to do, give me a second, I am going to get the matching die set. It's called Season of Green and Gold. Let me quickly grab it. Well, there's the golden greenery dies. And the Season of Green and Gold, I just had that one out. So give me 1 second because I used it earlier today. The Season of Green and Gold actually has like a whole bunch of tags. What do we call it? Greetings of the season. And I'm looking on my desk. There we go. Found it. Take a sip, you people. You know how that works, right? This is, if anyone ever hears me say that, it's because my dear friend Susan Campfield, who's in the US, that's become her catch cry. Whenever she loses something on her desk, and we all do that, right? Susan will always say, she'll be looking, and then she'll find it right there on the desk where it should be, because that's what happens. And she'll go, found it, and everyone has to take a sip. And it actually sort of started out really funny. I'm going to actually use this one. Now, this is a tag. This is a set of tags. Have you noticed these? These are fantastic. So they've all got holes that you could tie a ribbon or some thread through if you wanted to. And you can make them into gift tags for, to give away at Christmas time. This one with this shape, this curve shape, that looks really good with a circle in the middle, a 2-inch circle, like a 2-inch punch. But you can, you know, use them as gift cards, but you can also use this as banners on front of a card. Now, I thought I would use this one, and we could have this end sticking out here. We could have something like we could actually just cut out this whole piece, right? And I could tie some thread or ribbon through the hole. Okay, I could do that. Or I could cut 2 of these, cut it in half, and then have half sticking out this, actually, half, well, I wouldn't even need to, but just take that bit off and then have, you know, one of each, so I can have it so it's a banner on each side. What do you guys think I should do? You found the perfect gift for Susan. It's 1 million. It's a game called Found It. Ah, really? I wonder if she knows about that. Maybe I should buy it for her and not tell her. What a great idea. That's a very clever idea. I like it. Is your card base... Oh, have I? Size down, closed end at the base. Sorry, I don't know what you mean, Suzanne. I'm so sorry. Is your base card upside down, closed end at the base? Have I done something wrong? I think it's right. Anyway, we'll sort that out. Don't you worry. We'll get it all sorted, right? So I'm actually thinking about doing this. Banner each side, Leslie. So that just means we have to cut 2. That's not really a problem though. And I thought I could do a number of things because we've got some beautiful vellum that we could, you know, would do one of these others, or I could get gold glimmer paper, which would look very nice. So let me grab that. And I think, or even gold foil would look good as well. Either one. All of the above would look good, right? So this is some gold glimmer paper. And if I was to cut this, I don't even need to cut the whole thing if I don't want to. I could just cut the ends, you know, just cut a little bit like this, because we only need to put the ends sticking out. So let me quickly cut this down. Oops, I should turn it around. Did I cut it wide enough? I think I did. Yep, I did. All right. So let's see. Now, when I cut it with my machine, I like to cut it on this side. Or if we're only going to use a little bit, I'm going to cut it like so. Yeah. So let me run that really, really quickly through my machine, which is sitting right behind my desk here. And I'm just going to pop that through. Won't take very long. Give me 1 moment while we run that through the machine. All right, that's one. And then I'm going to do a second one. And then I'm going to bring them in. So I've just cut two ends basically, because we're only using the banner ends. There we go. It's a cool little banner, isn't it? But I like that you can, you know, tie a ribbon or a thread in the end. These are really, really nice. I can tell you I'm going to be using these for Craft Along this month. Well, at the moment, that's my plan. So this is going to go in here, and this is going to go in here, and we get to decide how long we want them to be. So we can have them long like this, and, you know, obviously they'll be straight. Or I can make them shorter. What do you think? Should they be shorter? If they should be shorter, I can just cut a little bit more off them. The length they are. What about gold ribbon under the sentiment? That would also look really, really nice. That would be a great idea. Because I've got crumb cake here, I'm leaning towards doing like a little linen thread bow. So let's have a little look and see how that would look. Because you guys know I really love my linen thread. It's something I always have on my desk. Well, if I don't, I'm very perturbed because it should be on my desk. So I'm thinking That would look really nice just here, like so. And then these pieces under here. And of course, we're going to need some bling. All right. And what do people say? You put a brad through the hole. I could, except I didn't actually cut the hole in the end. I cut 2 of that banner end shorter. Oh, longer, says Sheila. Let me go back. As is, says Nairi. All right, gold glimmer it is, Suzanne. We are doing that. Oh, good. Yes, Suzanne, that's okay. And sometimes, and you know, that's entirely something I would do. Totally. Because yes, there's a little bit of a bend here. That is correct. This is a piece that I cut earlier and I didn't notice that bend at the time. Gold ribbon, let me look, see. Now, Sheila was the first person to comment and she said longer. So that's as long as it goes. I'm going to pop a couple of glue dots. You could use other adhesive, but I'm just going to use glue dots because I find them the easiest, especially when you want to slide something in behind something. Glue dots make it easier to do that. All right, so let's pop this. I'm deciding. So this is if they're longer, Suzanne, this is how they're going to look. All right, so they go all the way there to the end. And then this one is going to go almost to the end of here. So I'll put a couple of glue dots behind that as well. So this Friday night series we're doing on the sketches, I have to tell you, I really enjoy, and I hope that this is useful for you guys too, but I really enjoy doing these because I used to have a little bit of a panic sometimes before a live video, and I've not always, but sometimes I'd be like, oh, I've got no idea what I'm going to do tonight. And sometimes I go live with not much of an idea. I might know what set I'm going to use, but sometimes that's all I know. But sketches just make it so easy. And I think you'll find that too. If you're not sure what to do and you're looking for some motivation, turn to page 22 of your catalogue. And down the bottom, there are 22 sketches and you can use any of them. But this is looking good, don't you think? It's very simple. We're going to need bling, and I think the linen thread looks good too. Oops, I realized I'm missing some. As is, says Ellen. Well, Ellen, I value your opinion. Honey, you always make beautiful cards and you know what you're talking about. So if you say as is, then that is right. All right, I'm going to use a glue dot behind my bow as well. The new silk ribbon. Oh, which is this silk ribbon? I've got one coming in an order that hasn't arrived yet, which is the, are you thinking of the vanilla satin ribbon? Is that the one you're thinking of? Because I've got that. That's really nice. It's gorgeous, actually. All right, so there we go. And then we're going to need some bling, right? So we have some options when it comes to bling. I'm deciding which one I want to go with. I have got the metallic gems, and we could use a couple of the gold ones of those. That would look good. What do you think? Does anyone have any particular? I don't have any Mossy Meadow gems, but I could color some gems with Mossy Meadow blends and make them Mossy Meadow. That would be nice. You know, we could, grab a couple of, you're best to use a light color if you're going to do that. And I could use like the smoky slate ones and color them with green. That would work. These are good because they're already, gold, silver, and copper. And I would go with the gold. So I've got a large one and I could use a couple of small ones. What do you think? These are my favorite at the moment. I think these are great. Yes, page 22 and 22 sketches. Exactly. That's exactly right. Who have I missed a comment from there? Nicole, I missed it. You could, exactly. You could do a whole, this sketch has a lot of uses. I realized, once I started playing around, you go landscape, you can go portrait, you could put another piece underneath, you could have them all lined up, you can have them higgledy-piggledy, you can have them however you want, really. I think it works really well. So it's a good sketch, this one, because it's got lots and lots of variations. Which stamp set the greeting is from? This is a new one, Lynn. It's lovely. It's called Greetings of the Season. Here it is here, this one. And it's this season's greetings right here. Can you see it? So this is one of the new online exclusives. And while I think of it, so one of the online exclusives is the new Changing Leaves bundle, which you guys have seen me use a couple of times now. I'm doing a special one. Well, I was going to say one-to-one, but it's not going to be one-to-one. It's going to be one to however many of you there are. I'm the one. And it's going to be a Zoom class. Now, some of you might love to go Zoom because it means you have direct access to me. You can ask questions live and I can answer them, and we can work out how to proceed together. I'm expecting this class is going to take about 90 minutes to 2 hours, but you will need the Changing Leaves bundle in order to make the projects that I'm making. Now, I have invited my team members to attend if they would like to. They can be part of the Zoom. Or if they don't like Zoom, and same for customers, if you don't like Zoom, and some people don't, or they're not sure how to go about it, you can watch it live on YouTube like usual. All right, so I'm going to have a private live feed. I still haven't worked out, because I'm not a very technical person, I still haven't worked out exactly how I'm going to do all this, but I've looked up online and I found out that I can. So I just need to work out the how. So at least I know it's possible. So Leslie said her Changing Leaves bundle will arrive on Monday. Fantastic. All right, so to take part in the class, okay, you need to have purchased the Changing Leaves bundle from me, and then you will get a Zoom link from me with all the details of the class. There'll be a supply list so you can have your pieces, organized, make sure you've got all the colors or know what colors you want to substitute, that kind of thing. So I'm going to do all that. However, I'm hoping, I'm not really sure, because I'm limited a little bit on numbers, I'm not really sure how many people we're going to have. So if we have plenty of room left over, then I will open this up to other people for a set price. And I just haven't decided yet what that set price will be. But if people would like to do the class with me, they can pay me. I can send you a PayPal invoice or, bank details, however you like to do it. And then you'll be able to attend so long as there's space. So I'm just going to see over the next week or maybe 2 weeks how many people we have. And then as long as there's plenty of space, I will open it up to other people who haven't purchased through me but are happy to pay to attend. So we're going to make 3 projects. I did put up a sneak peek of the projects on my VIP group, and I'll be posting that elsewhere. I think I'm going to pop it on Instagram over the next day or 2. So oh, never mind. Well, Kelly, it's one of those things that if people don't watch live, that's okay. They can go back and watch the replay later because, like I said, it's going to be on YouTube. So you would still be able to make the projects, but if you can't watch live, it's not as much fun, is it? I think being live is the fun. That's like doing these classes. So just remember, you will need the Changing Leaves bundle in order to do this class because we're going to be doing cutting and embossing and stamping with these. Okay, so that is the reason why I'm asking people to have that set. So it's basically a product-based class. What date? I'm doing it at 2 p.m. on the 24th. It's a Wednesday, the 24th of July. Okay, so at the moment, it's customers who've purchased the set from me will all be invited. And here's the other thing. That bundle is over $60, so that also will get you the craft along stuff for next month. So because you ordered $60 worth of product plus this month by getting the Changing Leaves, then next month you'll also be involved in craft along. So it's not an either or, it's both. So if you do the Changing Leaves bundle, you're also going to be able to do craft along with me next month, and you'll receive a supply pack for that. So there you go. Yes, Wednesday the 24th, that's correct. It's 2 p.m. Sydney time. So that's what I'm really, it's kind of I'll be really honest, it's kind of a test project. I'm not really sure how this will work or, how people will like it. So I thought, seeing as I was celebrating my 10,000 subscribers, this is kind of a little way of extending that celebration. It might be a one-off. I don't really know, but, if it's hugely successful and people love it, maybe I'll do it again. So, yes, exactly. As Leslie said, you also get a $9 voucher because you're placing an order over $90. Thank you for mentioning that. So the bonus days promotion has been going since the 3rd. Today's only the 5th, so only a couple of days. Every $90 order you place during the month of July from the 3rd until the end of the month, you'll get a $9 voucher, and you can use as many $9 vouchers as you have against any orders that you place in August. Okay, so just say you had 4 $90 vouchers. that you earned in July, then you can use those 4 $90 vouchers, sorry, not 4 $9 vouchers in August against any order you might place in August. So it's pretty cool. It's a lot of cool things happening at the moment. So, all right. So there we go. We didn't decide, did we? I don't think we decided what we were going to do. I'm thinking of using these blings, and I don't know if anybody actually told me whether I should use them, but I can't. Oh, Leslie said gold. Monique said gold. Margaret said gold. There you go. All right, so gold it is. I'm going to use my take your pick tool. Just going to put the pointy up. Find the pointy end best for picking up things like this, for getting bling off a sheet. It just makes it easier to pick them up. Where do I want to put them? That is the question. So I'm thinking I'm going to have one down here. If I didn't have the bow there, I would have put it on here, but because I've got the bow, I'm going to leave it there. But I will put these guys up the top of the banner. So one here and another one. These are the little ones. I usually do one big one, two little ones. Not always. I do change it around, but there you go. There's our finished card. What do you think? Do we like it? It turned out pretty nice. So this is directly following the sketch. And then we've added a little bit of the, added the banner and a bit of embellishments. But apart from that, it's pretty close to, and I did move the circle as well. But I did landscape, not portrait, but you can take your pick. It turned out nice. All right. So I see a few people are waiting for their Changing Leaves bundles. Yeah, it's super nice. I really, really like that. I'm tempted to, I think I showed a card that I made the other day with it, and was really, really happy with that card. But I don't want to show it to you tonight because I don't want anyone to think that it's the card, that it's the card or one of the cards that we're making in our class, because it isn't. We're doing 3 cards that I haven't posted, apart from sneak peeks. I haven't posted them anywhere. So also here in Australia, this is not autumn. We're not coming into autumn. We are actually right smack bang in the middle of winter, which means we'll be coming into spring once winter. Oh, guess what, guys? I was out for a walk today in between rainstorms, and the sun came out, and I was walking up my street, and I came across this huge bush covered in, well, it's just coming out. It's a big wattle bush, and it's all coming out in this beautiful yellow wattle. And for those of you who know, normally wattle is the floral emblem of Australia, and normally we see wattle turn up in August. I don't know if this bush is having a crisis or an identity problem, but it's coming out early, and it made me very, very excited to see it, because I usually get excited when I see them coming in August, because then I think, oh, spring's on the way, yay. But this wattle was definitely early. All right, so the next thing I wanted to show you tonight, we're going to go with the second card. And let me just move a couple of these things off the desk. I did this card with a new set to me. This is called Frosted Forest. And I did this card and posted it earlier this week. Super, super simple. I mean, this is one of those cards that, you could do in pretty much close to 5 minutes. And you'd have this card done from start to finish. But it's really effective and very, very pretty. I used the Frosted Forest masks. This set comes with a set of dies. I haven't even opened the dies yet. They're still in their plastic. So let me open them up. So this is how new they are to me. Brand new. Get the plastic off. And then these match up with the masks, and they also match up with the stamps. So these are the stamps, and you can see this is exactly the right shape of this. Is absolutely gorgeous. But when I was doing this the other day, I decided to just go with the masks to see what they look like without the stamps, and I think they turned out absolutely beautiful. Don't you like that? I think it's gorgeous. All right, so let me move a few things out of the way here. And there are 6 masks in this set. All right. So normally most of our other masks, like the layers of beauty and the enduring, what is it called? Enduring beauty and layers of beauty are the 2 we currently have. And there's 5 masks in each of those. But in this one, there's 6, because it does 2 completely separate projects, actually 3. So we've got this one, which is, you can see the trunk, then we've got the leaves, and then the detail. That's what creates this. Okay, isn't it beautiful? It's a lovely tree. I think it's really, really nice. And then that's these are labeled. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a 1. Can you see the 1 there? Oh, it's a bit hard to see. There it is. 1. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. All right, and there's a little notch. Okay, now this one, also in the same pack, instead of being called something else like 4, 5, and 6, they're A, B, and C. So you've got A, B, and C, which do the Christmas tree kind of pine tree types, and then 1, 2, and 3, which do this tree. What sort of tree do you think this is? Is it an oak? I don't know. What do you think it might be? Anyone got a clue what this is meant to be? That's really useful information, Nicole. That's for Sheila. That's really helpful. Thank you. I love the way you guys support each other. I think it's fantastic. So, so good. Yeah, I know. It's interesting because it's really, really cold right now. Like it's definitely the middle of winter and it hasn't shown any, some places, was it Jody that was saying, I forget who it was, but somebody was saying it was the coldest day since 1908. I think that was Jody. It was on my last video, but very, very cold wherever the person was. I think that if it was South Australia, if it was Jody. It's an oak, Cheryl. Do you think so? Yeah. Yeah, it could be. I think so too. I think you're right. Yep. And Solvega said the same. So yeah, I think it probably is an oak tree, but it's very pretty. It looks very solid. I like it. Now this one has got 2 different Christmas trees. Okay, so A, B, and C. We have the main detail of the Christmas tree here, and then we have some more detail, and then like filling out the rest of the tree. Super, super nice. I love these. And then there's a big one. And then there's a little one. There's a small Christmas tree. So you really can, you've got 3 different trees, but with each one has loads of detail. Okay. So I think that's really, really nice. But this one I just did with the masks. Tonight I thought I might just have a little play and let's see what we can come up with. So we've got the dies and we also have this. Oh, where are the stamps? Uh-oh. Is it going to be another take a sip moment? It might be because I do not know where I put that. I just had it before we went live, so it's not far. Aha, found it. Here we go. All right, so this is the stamp set. So it's got the 3 trees that match up with those masks. And then we've got a birdie. You could do a couple of birdies if you wanted to have them soaring in the sky. And then you've got some nice sentiments. I like this one. This is the one I used on my little tree card that says thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. I thought that was really nice. Then there's birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. A thank you, and no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart, which is nice as well. That would be a nice one to put on the inside of a card, I think. So, all right. So let's get some, I'm going to grab a piece of white cardstock. I've got some pieces of cardstock. Now, guess what I did today? Today I actually went through boxes and boxes and boxes of scraps and sorted them into color families. Very, very proud of myself when I get around to doing things like that. All right. So the question is, are we going to go Christmassy and have pine trees, or are we going to go with another oak tree? Because I'm going to stamp it and then we'll color it with the masks to see how it looks. Maybe I'll do another oak tree. I agree. I think birds are always useful. I love sets with birds in them. I'm thinking maybe I'll do this one and then we can compare what it looks like stamped and colored. And compared to how it looks when it's just using the masks with no stamping. So let's do, oh, Kelly said Christmas. Okay. Gum trees would be nice, but every now and then we get a set that focuses on some Australiana occasionally. But obviously we are not the main market. I don't know if you guys know, but there's over, as far as I know, there's like around 50,000 demonstrators in the world, and only about 3.5 or 3,000, somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 of those are in Australia. So we're a very small market, but thankfully every now and then they do give us something. A couple of years ago we had, well, maybe it was even last year, we had a beautiful wattle set, which was lovely. We've had sets with waratahs, we've had sets with koalas and kangaroos and all sorts of things. So But people are saying pine trees, so pine trees it is. That's what we're going to do. Will I go the big one or the small one? I'm going to go the big one. All right, so I'm going to pop this on a block. Now it needs a bigger block, so block E would be the right size for this. And I'm deciding, will I go traditional and just make it green, or should we go fancy and go a different color? So I'm thinking maybe we'll try doing a traditional one, a Christmas gum tree. Well, you nearly couldn't you? Less than that in New Zealand. I know, Sheila, that's true. All right, so I'm actually going to be doing this in Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to grab out a mat because it is a photopolymer stamp and a larger stamp at that. So I want to have a piece behind, and I'm going to have this. Let's just put that right there. Pink and grey. Pink, says Suzanne. Maybe next time, you girls. But tonight I'm going to just do good old, boring old, whatever. What are we saying? I don't know. Something. All right, so I've done it in Mossy Meadow, but I'm going to do my colouring in a lighter green, I think. So we've got a reasonable amount of detail. This is like, maybe I'll do the biggest one. I might do in the lightest green. And maybe I'll do a light, I'm deciding. I think I'll do the heaviest in this. Now you can see there's a notch here, and you don't have to do them in the order ABC. You don't have to do that. But what I am doing here is I'm positioning it so that I'm actually going to do something else. I'm going to use the notches today, because I do think if you have a piece of paper rather than a glass mat, and by the way, these are available for sale now, so yay to that. I'm going to put down a piece of paper just so that we can do a notch, and I'm going to take my paper down. So I'm just grabbing myself some washi tape. I've got some old washi tape from years gone by, and I'm just going to pop it straight down. So I'm just going to, so I don't have this moving all over the place. The glass mat's good in that you can do lots of things on it, like heat tools, and you know, it's heat resistant. It's great with adhesive. You can wipe it clean. It's so handy, actually. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here, and I'm going to use, I'm deciding, I really don't know. I think I want, okay, can you see that the A has a lot more? The smallest detail is this one here. I'll start with A just because that's the order, right? And I'm going to have, I'm actually going to do another bit of taping. I'm going to tape it to the paper as well. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line this up, and it's easy to see where it needs to go, because you know, you kind of have the lines just inside where you can see them here. And I'm actually going to see, I've got a notch here. Now I can do a number of things. I can use my blending brush to mark the notch, or if I prefer, I can use like a pencil or something like that to mark the notch. I'm just going to grab out, all right, so I've got this all lined up where I want it. I'm going to use my Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to make a notch. Now you can do it with your blending brush, or you can do it with a pen. Oh, just realized you can't see it. Let me get that better. Oh, it's a little bit, I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to make everyone seasick. All right, so can you see the notch that I made by just rubbing over it with my, so I can put that back and it's going to be in the right place. All right, so I'm going to just very lightly go over the whole thing with Mossy Meadow, making sure I get a good bit of colouring. Let's take that off. and you can see straight away it looks good, okay, but it does look a bit, it's not filled out, okay. So then this is the next one, B, okay, and I'm going to put that notch right there where that first notch is. So that's going to also line up perfect. Right, now this time I want this to be more detail. I want more color this time. So I'm going to hold it in place again, and I'm going to go heavier. Now can you see it's starting to fill in? Can you see that detail is coming out a lot more? And then the third one is number C, and we're going to put that back where that notch is. And just make sure it's lined up. All right. All right, so you can use the same one if you want to. I'm actually going to use my, because it's thicker, I'm going to use my lighter color, which is Old Olive. And we could do one in blue, we could do pink, like you said. All right, so let me pick that up and let's see what that looks like. See, now it's really filling in. Looks good. So there's actually 3 colors on there. Does that make sense what we've just done? And we could do a little one as well. I'm tempted to actually do the same, but this time I'll do it over here. And I'm going to bring this down. Actually, I'll do it up here. Where will I do it? Okay, so this is, oh, that's A. That's B. I'm going to go with A. And I'm going to do it over here because I want my notch to be in a different place. Okay, so let's start. We're going to do Mossy Meadow again. And I'm going to just go with a fairly light amount of colouring. I haven't stamped, but you could stamp after if you want to, but I'm going to show you what it looks like not stamped. All right, so just using the masks. And then that's, oh, and while I'm here, I'll get my notch done. So now I've got a notch. And then I've got B. Line that up with the notch. Oh, now this one is interesting. This one's going to kind of fill in behind. It's filling in some little bits. So darker this time. I'm going to go a little bit heavier. Okay, and then we move that. You see how it's looking? And then the last one is going to be the lighter one. We'll line up the notch again. And I'm just going to make sure you can kind of see when you put the notch in the right place, you can kind of see where everything should sit. And I want this time I want the Old Olive, the lighter color. Like so. All right, so you can see one's got stamping. There is extra detail in this. Now, if I wanted to stamp after, you can do that. But it's just, I think it's easier to stamp first, but you can do it after if you want to. So let's put this little tree on a block. I'm going to go on block D. And I'm going to go in with my darker color, which is the Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to stand over it and line it up. Oh. There we go. Now it's all filled in, and you can see some like little individual pine needles, which is nice. Let me bring it up so you can see. And then this one. So I think this one's more precise because we stamped first. This one, it still looks good, but I like it stamped better first. All right, so let me move these. Now, before I put all this away, it looks good, doesn't it? I know it's a really nice set, all right? And you can do obviously very Christmassy things, but interestingly, the stamps in the set don't have any Christmas sentiments because it doesn't have to be a Christmas set. So I'm just going to show you how I clean these up, okay? I've got some paper towel here. Just grab it. All right, so I've got my paper towel. And you can use baby wipes. You can do all kinds of things. But I find the easiest way to clean it is to use your mist. If you have scrub and mist, I love mist. I think it's great. And I'm actually just going to spray over and then wipe off with my that. And that seems to get it completely clean. It's rather. And I wipe underneath because some of that goes through. Just wipe it off on the back as well. And that's ready to go. So it's nice and clean. Okay. Spray, spray. See how there's some, you can see the liquid has gone through a little bit, and that's okay. So then if you're using a glass mat like this, then you clean that off, dry it, and then turn this over and do the reverse. Okay, looks good, nearly there. I'll do the others later. Actually, I don't need to. I didn't use the oak, did I? So yeah, these are fun, the masks. I really, really like them. I've been having a bit of fun with them, playing around the last couple of days. But like you saw me today, I hadn't got around to opening my dies. So I just used the masks by themselves. All right, but I am going to use the dies now. So let me get these closed so I don't stick my fingers in them. Because you know I will, you guys, right? All right, let me find my dies, which are on the table here somewhere. Here they are. And then we've got, you can see you can do detailed trees. Obviously, we're not doing just cutting trees because you can just cut the shape of the trees, and that's really nice. But you can cut these once they have been stamped or marked, sponged. And these are going to go like this, like so. They look good, don't they? All right. I also really like this die. Look at this one. It's got like these little winter trees with no leaves and like a base. And I can see, you know, you could do them in white. And so the bottom, the ground would look like it was snow. And then there's, you've got your trees, and then you could put it on like a starry background or something. A lot of potential for those. I think they're fantastic. Oh, and I noticed there are 2 birdies in the dies. So there's only 1 bird stamp, but there are 2 birds in the dies. All right, I'm going to run these through my machine, and I'll be right back. I'm just lining them up. I'm going to try and be, I've got the washi tape here, so I might as well, it's still attached to the paper, so I might as well use it to hold my dies in place. Which just makes life a little bit easier. And I'm just running it through. Now the question, of course, is going to be, now that we've cut these beautiful trees, what are we going to do with them? Because we have got 2 beautiful trees, and they do look really nice, don't they? Let's get my dies back in the set so I don't lose them. You know how easy that is to do. All right, so in the set that comes with the season, the suite, the season of green and gold, there are some vellum pieces And I'm thinking there's a vellum piece I haven't used yet, but I really want to. I'm just going to pop it out because I think it might be rather nice. This is a piece of vellum, and it goes, yeah, this would be very nice. So I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut it at 8 centimeters wide. I'm going to make it 12 long. So it's going to be like a focal point in the middle of my. So these are going to go, I may make it a little bit, I don't know. I could make it a little bit shorter, maybe. And then I've also got, we've got these pieces. Shall I do them on a green background? Or, because that's a lot of green, I'm thinking maybe it might be better on a tartan background. Like, pop them behind here. What do you think? Do we like that? I rather like it. And then I feel like we need to add, you love the white vellum, me too. Oh, I know, Ellen, look how good they are. They're just starting to come up at the bottom a little bit now. It's 4 weeks today since I had them done. So, and I'm going back again next Thursday. So they really have done well. I'm very impressed. I'm not, not a huge nails person, but the first, says Monique. Monique liked the first one. Do you think it was, because that's what it's going to end up with, and I'm going to have a piece of Mossy Meadow behind here. So, but Monique said she thinks this one. But I'm worried it's too much green. But that kind of is what we get with this set. Although there is a lot of gold as well. I mean, we could try that. Or we could put a piece of gold vellum behind. That would look nice. There's also this piece. So, oh, that's rather stunning, isn't it? What do you think, guys? That's really interesting. Or the other one that I was about to say was the vellum, because I could put this and then put it on a Mossy Meadow base. I'll grab the Mossy Meadow base while we're deciding, while we're going to and fro about, is it too much gold if I put it on all of that? So this is going to be the card front size, which is 14.3 centimeters by 10. Okay, so it's going to be a standard card front. Different people are saying different things. Looks like a blizzard. Yes, it does. It does. And, we don't really do blizzards here unless you live, in the snowy mountains or somewhere. But this is what this would look like if we decided to go with the gold. And it's quite nice, but it's a lot of gold, isn't it? There's also this piece. No, that's too busy. I don't think so. There's also this piece. There's so many choices. So different people, yeah, look, a lot of people are saying everyone's got a different opinion on this one. The vanilla with dots and stars. Vanilla with dots and stars. Oh, I know. You mean in this same set? Is that what you mean? Let me see. There's actually, this actually has white in it, not vanilla. But this one looks a bit vanilla-y. So that, oops. So there's a lot of options, really is. I had a strip of it. I know I did, right? What's on the back of that? Okay. We did. We had, there it is. Without having to get a whole new one. This one. So yeah, it's actually white, but it looks almost vanilla, doesn't it? It is white though. That's rather nice. I rather like that. So I think this check white vellum then trees. I know. So for me, it's either this one because I think that looks rather good, or the tartan because that also looks good. Maybe I have to do one of each, you guys. Not tonight, but should we flip a coin? The trees stand out better. Do they stand out better on the tartan or on the gold? I think maybe they stand out on the gold, but I do like the tartan. Oh, it's tough. That's a tough decision. All right, I'm just going to go with it only because the tartan would have been my first pick right up until we had this one, and then now I'm leaning towards this one. But they're both going to look lovely when we're done. So let's cut this down. So this piece now that's going to fit inside our Mossy Meadow piece will be 9.5 centimeters wide by 13.8. And I feel like maybe we need a gold strip going across behind our trees as well. So, you know, we got all the things happening, don't we? The gold that I just used is still here. And I have a piece of it left over from cutting those banners. Remember we cut the banners for the first card? So I'm actually going to go and I'm going to a 0.5 centimeter strip. And I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut it at the 8 centimeter mark. And it's going to go straight across this piece of vellum here. So about 1 centimeter up from the bottom. And I'm going to use some Tombow to stick it on. I really love this this white vellum, and I've been wanting to find something to use it on, so I'm glad to have the opportunity to do it now because I think it's really pretty. Very, very nice for like defining an area on a card without, you know, it's not overwhelming. All right, so one of those there, and then one of these will be here, and the other one's going to be just down a little bit over that strip. They are kind of going to be like that. Yeah. All right. So I'm deciding whether to put them both up on dimensionals or just the little guy. Maybe I will put just the little guy. So this one is just going to have some Tombow behind him. I don't know why I made them boys. I just don't know why I did that. I'm calling them him guys. These little guys. I don't know. Who decides what gender pine trees should be? I don't know. A couple of dimensionals behind here. And let's pop that straight down there so it pops up a little bit. It's looking good. Now, interesting here, we are going to, I'm going to put some dimensionals behind these bits so we can't see those. Now I'm thinking about putting a greeting further up, and that'll be up sort of in that empty spot, and we can probably have another greeting there, sorry, another dimensional behind that. All right, and just lob this right here in the middle. What do we think? It's really pretty. Isn't that beautiful? Very, very nice. All right. You could also put a birdie up there. The birds would be nice, and I could have a dimensional behind a bird as well. And this is flipping around a little bit at the moment, but if I'm going to have a greeting coming off the edge here, then I don't think that will matter. And I'm going to put this onto my Mossy Meadow cardstock. which is floating around here somewhere under a million other things. Here it is. Let's pop that right there. Okay, it's coming together. It's a manly tree. Do you think so, Kelly? Is that what it is? Nori thinks the tartan would have looked better. Never mind. You can't. Sometimes it's so hard to make a decision. It really is. But I do like the shininess of the gold. The foil is really nice on this. All right. So I'm going to have, I can have a circle here. Let me have a quick look at the, remember those dies we just looked at before that I showed you with the tags? So I'm wondering if any of those would work. But we'll find out. Because we have a nice little, like a nice little sentiment that could go here. But it does have a hole. But you could also, just to bear in mind, you don't have to use the holes. Okay, so what you can do if you choose is you can tie a bow or a bit of linen thread or something like that and just tie it and then stick it right on top of the hole so no one even knows that the hole is there. So there's a whole bunch of different, pardon the pun, there is a whole bunch, sorry guys, of different options you have here. So this is like that's quite a nice shape. Then there's also this little rounded kind of ovally kind of a shape, which is nice. And then there's, I think this one's going to be too big, but there's a very nice stitched oval with, and all of these have a hole, but you could get away with that as well. It would have to go there if I was going to do it. So, but I think that one's a bit too big. Put a rhinestone, exactly, you could put a rhinestone on it. I agree. You could put a rhinestone on it and no one would ever know, right? Oh, yes, that's a good idea. You could, so you could use the trunk from the other tree. So the trunk from, you know, from, where is it? All right, where's my tree trunk gone? Here it is. Okay, you could use this trunk and put it down at the bottom of the pine tree and make a Norfolk Island pine. Absolutely right, you could. Ooh, you know what? I lived, some of you will be familiar with what I'm talking about. I lived in Manly for about 13 years. I absolutely loved living there. It was a great place for a single person to live. It was, you know, easy to get everywhere. There was buses, there was ferries, there was beautiful everything. And Norfolk Island pines always remind me of Manly, always. Add some black, says Susan. Ooh. Smaller oval, small oval, small oval. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. What sentiments do we have in here that might go? I've got a nice little thank you that I think fits in the small oval. This one. I think that might be the go. So let's go with that. And I think I will, what color will I do it? I don't want to really introduce another color, so I could go Mossy Meadow. Look, if I had more time, I would probably emboss it in gold. That would be nice, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to put this little thank you here on my B block. And I'm going to do, will I do it in white? I think I'll do it in white. Bling on the tree? Yes, you certainly could. You absolutely could. In fact, we will need bling on this card anyway. I'm just going to grab some white here and whoop. Right, there's the thank you. It's a nice little thank you. Look how nice and like just looks like it's really pretty, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't it a nice thank you? I like that one. All right, so I'm going to have this on here. Oh, hang on. If I put it here and I want to have some thread where the hole is, or I could, like we said, if I was to turn it this way, then I would probably put, that would be a great place to put a rhinestone. So the question is, will we put a tie, as in a bow, or will we do a rhinestone or a metallic gem? I'm thinking maybe a metallic gem. Is it vanilla and gold? No, it's actually not. It looks like it's vanilla, but it's not. It's white. white and gold. But the gold gives it it almost looks vanilla. Yep, people, oh, Ellen said bow, and then everyone else is saying gem, rhinestone, gem. But Ellen was first. All right, so that means I'm going to turn it that way. It's always the person who votes first that gets to choose. Well, usually, unless I change my mind and decide to do something completely different, and that happens sometimes. And I'm sorry when I do that. I always feel like I probably ripped off the person who guessed. Right, so this now is cut. This particular edge does not have any. It doesn't have any stitching or anything. So if you wanted to edge it, you could. And I probably would go with the lighter color to edge. So, you know, you grab a sponge dauber and my old olive rather than the mossy meadow. Let me just grab my very well organized. Look how well I organize my. People probably look at that and they're horrified, like, what? How do you find anything in there? Well, that's a very good question. I'm looking for a green one. And sometimes I pull one out that is not green, but actually it's time for me to go through this because some of them are really like bad. That's got to be chucked. But this one, that could easily be adapted for green. So I'm going to make it green. And we're going to go into the old olive ink. And I'm going to just pick up some green. And I'm going to just very, very, very gently zip around the edges of this. And then once we've done this and we've added our bow, because that's what Ellen told us to do, it's all Ellen's fault. She knows I don't mean it. Well, I hope she does. Right. All right. So this is going to go. Now you could tie it through, but I usually don't because I'm, you know, lazy. Tying through is harder. So I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals behind this and I'm going to stick it straight on. And then we're going to tie the bow and we're going to glue dot the bow right there where the hole is and no one will ever know the difference. So I'm going to now. This also means now that that is there, okay, I now see how this is flapping. I can put a dimensional right there behind that and there's no more flapping around. It's stuck. All right, let's pop this in. So tomorrow, Saturday, I don't go live. It's my day off. Look at that. Looking forward to it too. But Sunday I will be live with you again. And it's always lovely. If you're not able to watch live, totally understand. Everyone has got different things on and it doesn't all revolve around me, surprisingly not. Oh, and thank you to everyone who congratulated me on earning the next Stampin' Up incentive trip. That was pretty exciting. I've known for a while it's going to happen, but it just took a little bit longer this year for me than it has in previous, or than it did last year. But doesn't matter. I'm just happy to be going. All right, so I've stuck that where the hole is, and then I'm going to cut off the ends. Like so. Then we're going to need some bling, and I'm going to go back to my when I find it, I'm going to go back to my gems. Here they are, because I love them and I think they are just perfect for this card. And okay, if you were my take your pick tool, where would you be hiding? Does anybody know? Found it. Here it is. And I have one of these here. Deciding where to put them. One here. And a little guy. I have one right there. and a little one further up, like a little triangle kind of. What's that? An isosceles triangle or something like that. Now, it does need to go on a white card base. I think I've got one of those already cut, but if I haven't, I'll be cutting one any second now, especially now that I put glue on the back of my card front. Here we go. So this is half a sheet of basic white thick A4, which I'm now folding in half again. And let's grab myself a bone folder and flatten that down. And let's have a look at our card. And just checking which way it goes, Sheila. No, it was Suzanne. Sorry, Suzanne, who was worried that I had a... It's entirely something I would do. So when you said that, I immediately thought, oh, I've done it again. But luckily I hadn't today. But yeah, it's something I've done many, many times. So there we go. We have another card. So this is called Frosted Forest. You can buy just the stamps or just the dies or just the masks. But if you buy the whole lot as a bundle, they all come together and you get the masks included in the bundle as well. I think they are absolutely beautiful. So these cards kind of go together quite nicely today. They're very similarly coloured because I've used the same paper pack. The Season of Green and Gold I've used for both. So there we go. What do we think? Do you like the cards today? Which one's the favorite today? What does everyone think? Some people are probably going to say one and some people are probably going to say the other. I know which one I like the best. Oh, yes, she did. Thank you so much. She actually asked my permission to do that, Marilyn. She said, would you mind if I do that? And she does it on the leaders group. She also made the graphic. She actually, went into Canva and made that little graphic up for me. It's very sweet. She's a very good friend. I don't know what I would do without her because we chat all day, every day, just about, unless we've got, busy doing other stuff. But we're very often chatting most days. You love them both. The last one, me too, Glenda. That's my favorite as well. Megan likes the trees. Yep, me too. Yep, they both look good though, don't they? Well, I hope you enjoyed that today. So let me just recap and let you know that this month in July, every $90 order you place, you get a $9 voucher. And so that means if you were putting an order in for $180 or $185, you're going to get 2 vouchers for that order. But if you were to put an order in for $45 and then an order in for $45 later, you won't get any vouchers. The orders need to be $90 minimum. So that's how that works. Oh, you like the trees, Glenda? Thank you so much. And you're not Philip. I get that. I see. Glenda, not Philip. Oh, thank you, Janine. I'm glad you like them. And Karen said she likes them both. And Margaret, you said you like the 3s. I know what you mean. Has your order arrived, Margaret? I hope it has. I noticed because I sometimes get notifications if something is about to be delivered, and I think I saw that this morning that it was looking like it was going to be delivered today. So hopefully you got it. It's hard to decide, isn't it, Cherie? Well, everyone seems to be liking this one, but they are both nice, and I think this would be a great way. If you do keep your scraps, then this is a great way to use them up, a sketch like that, right? So that's a really great way to go. All right, guys, we're way over time tonight. I'm so sorry, but I hope that you had a fun night, and I know I did. And I'm now got a couple more cards to post on my Instagram and Facebook pages. So that's another advantage of making 2 cards. It means I've got a couple of projects I've got. Mind you, I've still got plenty of projects. I'm behind. So I've got plenty. Oh, thank you very much, Leah. I really hope you enjoyed it tonight. And this is such a lovely group of, I'll say ladies because I'm not aware of any guys here tonight. But we do occasionally have a guy pop in, or 1 or 2 pop in from time to time. But generally speaking, we just have the best group of girls. And I just love creating with them and chatting and just having a really lovely time. It's a really lovely community. All right, you guys, I'm just going to switch back to me for a second. All right, so I hope you had fun. enjoy your day tomorrow, or enjoy your weekend, and I will see you back here again on Sunday night, same time, same bat channel, 7:30 on Sunday night. I'll be here again, and we'll do something else. We'll be making something new. If anyone has any requests, hit me with the requests and I'll see what I can do. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye.